Purple Rain.
Purple Rain was a pretty decent flick. Street Night, don't know that. Reckless, don't know that. American Anthem, don't know that. And Tango and Cash, but he's unaccredited because he was replaced by this guy named Andre.
Yeah, good luck with that last name.
Andre Tarkovsky. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna. Fucking.
It's a weird ass fucking name.
Okay, but anyway. Continue.
Anyway, so long story short, in this wonderful movie, it's basically just like Stallone's guy is the very cleaned up, very responsible. Is it Murtaugh in Lethal Weapon? That's the responsible one?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's the Murtaugh. And Kurt Russell's character is the... Riggs. Is the Riggs of the movie. He's the very, wild off the end, gets the thing done, but gets it done in the dirtiest, most ridiculous way possible.
Yeah.
The really nice part about the whole Murtaugh and Riggs relationship in this movie is that neither of them really have their lives together, despite the fact that in Lethal Weapon, obviously Murtaugh has like a family and kids and all that other shit, and Riggs is like, I'm suicidal Mel Gibson. In this movie, there's no like real
wild card.
Yeah, there's not really a crazy cop per se. So a lot of shit happens in this movie that, for the life of me, I can't entirely explain. Basically, what happens is the criminal underbelly gets mad because Tango and Cash are very good at their jobs. They do not work together in the beginning. Cash actually works by himself, and Tango works by himself as an undercover guy. I think Cash is just a regular cop, and he dresses in fucking like Armani suits, so everybody makes fun of him because he dresses super sleek and everything. By the way, did not know Sylvester Stallone could look so good in a suit. Guy cleans up nice.
Why wouldn't you think... you've seen him on the red carpet in a suit.
Yeah, but now he's like old and melty.
Well,
this is like when he was young and had a good face on him.
Yeah.
And not getting beaten in the face by Rocky types thingies.
Rocky.
Well, because he gets beat up in Rambo, he gets beat up in Rocky, he gets beat up in pretty much everything he's in. I mean, he gets beat up in this movie too.
I mean, to be fair, that's his choice.
But he starts off this movie like wearing glasses and suits and looking very completely different from what you're used to seeing him as, which is kind of a nice surprise. Anyway, so the criminal underbelly decides, okay, we're gonna totally we're gonna blackmail Tango and Cash, like frame them for murder, and then they'll end up in jail. So they wind up in this jail, and that's like kind of the weird... It's not a Mad Max portion of it, but it's almost like a Mad Max portion. So first they're in jail, and they have like some weird jail thing. They break out of prison. Then they wind up in a fucking crazy-ass car chase that winds up being all Mad Maxy. And like by the end of the movie, they're basically just going after almost a Bond villain, or that guy from fucking The Last Boy Scout. I forget his name. Shelley Marcone. Shelley Marcone, I think, is the bad guy in The Last Boy Scout, if I remember right. It's my favorite movie of all time, so I should, but I don't, because I have a terrible memory.
I
mostly know how to quote that movie to the ends of the earth. It's terrible. But anyway, Tango and Cash is a great movie as long as you're good at like turning your mind off and enjoying the sublime wonder that is complete, absolute batshit insanity of buddy cop meets, I don't know, meets Mad Max meets, I don't know, meets Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone together forever.
I mean, as far as I know from the people that I've talked to, they see it, I mean, for the kitsch factor.
It's a good, bad
movie. And if you see it for the kitsch factor, then you won't be disappointed.
You shouldn't go into this movie
if you go in thinking like this
Oscar
is the best movie, unironically.
No, yeah. You have to have a bit of... You have to understand, like, this is a good bad movie. This is not a good movie. Like, for me, personally, I love The Last Boy Scout. That's a good movie to me.
Yeah.
But I understand that a lot of people would look at it and think, like, oh, it's a terrible movie.
It's
just
see
a
why
good bad movie.
Would say that.
I don't know, because people, what was it?
I've never heard anybody say that.
The Fifth Element, for the longest time, I thought, when I saw The Fifth Element and I enjoyed it, I thought a lot of other people thought that movie was crappy. So I was like, oh, I guess it's a guilty pleasure. No. But I always liked The Fifth Element. I always thought it was a good movie.
Anybody I've ever talked to have always said it's a good movie.
Yeah. But Tango and Cash is just completely bonkers. Yeah. It's good, but oh my God. Oh, this is the other great thing about it. And this is probably the most important part of it. It's just the idea that it is so fucking quotable on just random ass shit that they say. I mean, I haven't seen it enough times to quote it like insanely. I've seen The Last Boy Scout way too many times, so I know I can quote it ridiculously.
According to this, it's either quotable enough on just, I guess, badness, because it says it received mixed to negative reviews. One bad review came from the New York Times, which criticized the plot, the screenplay, which obviously is the dialogue, and the acting.
Well, again, the screenplay got rewritten, I don't even know how many times. The freaking thing was directed by like 5 different people.
A thing could be quotable and be good. I mean, I don't know if too many bad
quotable... It won Razzies, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell and
it didn't
Stallone
win. It was
won
nominated.
Razzies. Well, it got nominated,
Nominated for Golden Razzies, including Worst Actor, Sylvester Stallone, Worst Supporting Actress, which is Kurt Russell in drag, and Worst Screenplay, and quote-unquote lost all 3.
Yeah. It's good. It's weird. Definitely weird.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people would probably like it on drugs. I don't recommend taking drugs or ingesting anything of that nature, but I know there are people out there who enjoy enhanced viewing.
If it is
I have a feeling you could really enjoy Tango and Cash enhanced.
Yeah, but I would say, well, if it's a movie that you know you're going to hate, I'd say if it is your wants, you could try, like, Ecstasy.
Oh, and I forgot the best part.
What's the best part?
The best part is that when they get into the prison, the one bad guy that they face in the prison is, and I will use this word correctly even though it is used terrible many horrible times, he is literally a guy out of a Dick Tracy cartoon.
Does he look very cartoony? He
has the most cartoon fucking head ever.
Huh.
Ever. Like, if you not YouTube, if you Yahoo or Google up Tango and Cash, and you find this dude, I cannot remember for the life of me what his name is in the actual movie. Like, I don't know the actor's name, but he looks like a goddamn cartoon. Like, his face is just, I feel like they exploded a G.I. Joe figure and just made it into a human being somehow. You have to see his head. It's amazing.
Huh.
His chin is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
What I was going to... Because sometimes I forget to rate... Because we're kind of lax when it comes to, like, the middle portion. If you had to give a rating for your movie, what would it be?
For Tango and Cash?
Yeah.
Oh, 5 out of 5 easy.
No. We don't do that for the, like... A.
Okay.
A. Okay.
A for awesomely bad.
Okay, A for awesomely bad. I would give mine an A+ for awesomely good. So there's that. The tertiary acts will be committed to music. Now, seeing as though we seldom, if at all, have this section planned out, I'm going to wing it myself. I'm sure Norton will. Do you have any... Norton could actually, if she wants to take it away, because I have to do something really quickly before we wrap this entire endeavor up. Wow, it's getting windy out there.
Yeah, that's the weather.
Yeah. Is there any soundtrack or score that comes to mind for you?
Okay, so normally I have to like think about this a little bit and be like, try and remember a good soundtrack I enjoy, because I do actually own a lot of soundtracks. Soundtracks are actually my favorite musical genre, if that is a genre.
You know what? It can be considered a musical
I like
genre.
soundtracks just because they give you a lot of musical I don't even know if that's a word. Eclecticity?
Eclecticism.
Eclecticism, there you go. But they give you a lot of that, and then that way you can listen to a bunch of different things, and you kind of get a feel for, do I like this? Do I like that? So the soundtrack I will pick for tonight, for this wonderful podcast, will be, and it's gone. Shit.
Don't look at what I'm doing right now, although that sounds a little prurient.
I just had it! That's so bad. Did I do Michael already?
I don't think
I feel like I did.
Okay, well...
I probably did do Michael already.
You said... alright, well...
Oh, shit! And I had it, too. It was really good, too.
That's alright.
Oh, Groundhog Day.
Groundhog
Day has actually a pretty good soundtrack.
I just remember the once... there's... let's see. Groundhog Day.
There's a fair amount of score. It's actually a score soundtrack combo, because they don't really have enough for 2 different CDs, so they just make it all into one, which makes sense. So the one-offs, it's got a lot of one-off songs in it, And then there's just a lot of score.
Let's see.
But I'm a fan of it.
Okay, hold on. What do they have? Weatherman.
Weatherman is good.
I Got You, Babe.
That's You, Babe.
The song that I was thinking
one of them.
That I always think of.
The Pennsylvania Polka is actually pretty fun. It really is. Phil Gets the Girl is score. Phil Steals the Money is score. The Dead Guy is score. You Don't Know Me is not that bad. The Phil. Oh, I love the medley. The Phil's piano solo and all that other shit that happens. That's a good stuff. And Almost Like Being in Love is an awesome song. I didn't know Nat King Cole sung that.
Apparently,
so that's awesome. I'm not good at knowing things. So.
That's all right. That's why you.
Sometimes people just die. That's the.
Yeah.
That's the score that follows the dead guy that he tries to save like 5 times, and then he's just like, sometimes people just die.
I mean, that's a true fact of life, though. That's the thing. I mean, it's a sage.
He tries numerous times to save this dude, and it's like, all right, first he dies of the cold, and he tries to get him in someplace warm, and then he dies of a heart attack, and then he tries to like get in the doctor, and then it's like, dude, the dude's just old and he fucking dies. Let it go.
Sometimes people just die.
Fucking homeless.
Yeah.
He's been out on the streets forever and a day. He's got God knows what, you know?
He's got God knows what. That's true.
I mean, you can't take a dog to the vet and hope for the best all the time.
Yeah. The soundtrack that I will recommend for this week is one I don't think on previous casts I had done. And that is the ever awesome, ever resplendent soundtrack to The Wedding Singer.
Have we not done The Wedding Singer?
I don't believe
Seriously?
I've done The Wedding Singer.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Oh wait, maybe I did.
We had to have done The Wedding Singer.
I don't remember.
I mean,
I don't remember, but I'm gonna say it again. I'll play a different song because if I did do The Wedding Singer, I didn't do I didn't play the song I'm about to play. But
maybe we didn't do The Wedding Singer.
Maybe
but it is
we
an
did
awesome
it on one of our
soundtrack.
like sample ones.
Oh, you know what?
You might have.
I think we talked.
It
might have been one of the sample ones.
Yeah.
Because we talked about the fact that there's 2 soundtracks actually.
Yeah, that's true. Because one of them didn't have the song that you wanted. That's the one. That's the disc that you
the
wanted.
one that I have.
And the one that you have has the other song, right? The
Kill Me.
The Kill Me song.
I have the Kill Me song.
I
want to say I got the second CD at some point, unless I don't have. I have to check my CD collection. I have a large CD collection, and I'm very bad. Rob can attest to this about the fact that I buy CDs and I listen to them some 5-10 years later.
You don't tend to.
I am very, 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 very bad about listening to my music. It's not because I don't like it. I'm just super bad.
You have a pretty decent library of CDs that you just don't tend to.
I have a lot of CDs, and I'll be honest, I've uploaded them all to my computer.
You don't even curate what you upload.
I did. What do you mean curate? How do you curate?
You basically, like, if you really want it to be, what I would do is, like, you sort of categorize or subcategorize things. Like, all right, this is death rock. This is this type of rock. I would do that personally. That's
I
curating.
just let the media player take care of all that shit.
As
long as they download the information,
this is my 80s
I'm
party
fine.
mix. This is, you know what? I mean, iTunes actually got me into that because when I used to use iTunes a lot on my Mac, you could create playlists, and I would do different genres because a lot of times when you would have a song, it would list the genre, and sometimes you could. I think it's called like a smart playlist. They would usually like.
Zune had that feature.
Yeah, you know where Zune's now?
But Zune ain't around no more because nobody likes poor Zune.
Because only Dodos
Microsoft don't
Zune.
Support her no more, so she's dead. She died, everybody. That dog don't hunt.
That dog doesn't
It was
hunt.
Zune's funeral.
Yeah. But
the funeral.
No, you know what? The contraction will never work. So I will leave you off with... I forget who was talking to me. It could have been Carolyn. When I think we were somewhere, and one of my favorite songs of all the 80s songs, just in general, was the awesome, inimitable "Love My Way" by the Psychedelic Furs.
I don't know that song.
You'll know when I play it. But I think if it wasn't her, it was somebody else. It could have been you, actually. I don't know. But they're like, whenever I hear this song, I only think of one thing, and my mind immediately went to The Wedding Singer, because it wasn't prevalent, but it was played played at two key scenes in the movie.
Love my way, do do do.